Hey guys, well today we got a special video. We're going to be taking a look at a vintage motorhome here. The owner, Kevin, I met last night, and we've been chatting this morning and just enjoying getting to know each other. So we're going to say hi to Kevin and his Travco motorhome. Hey Kevin.
Hey there.
Now you've got kind of an interesting RV. You don't see a lot of these on the road.
Yeah, I've yet to see one of them. My wife keeps telling me to go find one for her to see, but anyways, there she sits.
So what is it?
It's a 1972 Dodge Travco that I spent about a year doing a ground-up restoration to it. I saw the movie Barefoot, and that inspired me to go find one and buy it and do my own thing to it.
Nice. And these are on a Dodge chassis?
It's on a Dodge chassis. Originally had a 413 Chrysler engine and a 727 transmission, and now she's got a 6BT Cummins with an Allison transmission and Dana 80 rear end with 331 gears, if anybody wants to know.
So you've done some modifications to this, and you've done all that work yourself?
Oh, everything. Absolutely. Nice. That's the fun of it.
So Kevin does have a YouTube channel called Aimless, and he's documented a lot of the work he's done on this thing. So I would definitely recommend y'all go check it out. I'll leave a link to his channel.
And goaimless.com is a good place to find my videos.
Yep.
And I'm aimless on what I do.
Yeah,
so,
nice.
Yeah.
And where you from, Kevin?
Texas.
Nice.
Texas.
So anything else you want to tell us about maybe how you acquired this motorhome and what it took to track one down?
Well, like I said, I watched the movie Barefoot and told my wife I'm going to go get one and do my thing to it, and just started doing Craigslist and found it actually in Dallas, not too far from me, about 90 miles. And original owner, 12,000 miles on it, but she absolutely didn't look that way. She was full of acorns and rat drop-ins and chewed up wires, and it was probably used as a hunting camp.
Gotcha.
And it was, like I said, original owners. The guys I bought it from said their dad would buy something and play with it and then go get something else.
Gotcha.
So,
and as including the other modifications with the drivetrain and engine, these aren't the stock size tires?
No, these are 9R22.5s. They're something you'd more or less find on a school bus or a small dump truck or something.
So quite a bit bigger.
Yeah, they're 38 inch compared to 34 inch.
Okay.
And that was done not for looks, but for fuel mileage and speed.
Okay.
Because you got the Allison 542 transmissions, a 1-to-1 that doesn't have overdrive. So I put the 331 gears and the tall tires, just working on a gear calculator, which you can find on the internet,
okay,
to try to get the speed I wanted.
Perfect.
Some people said I wouldn't like it, but I don't need to be able to race up a mountain. But it still does really well. I'm tickled to death with it.
Nice, nice. So how long have you had it in this condition here as far as with
I finished last June.
Okay.
It's never finished.
Gotcha. Yep.
Matter of fact, right now, I smell something out there. I hope like hell it's not my motorhome.
It does smell like burnt oil right now. All of a sudden. Well, you want to take a little look on the inside?
Sure thing.
All right. Well, anything else you want to point out on the outside of it?
Well, yeah, I guess I'll just rattle along here.
Yeah, let's do it.
The gel coat was completely cracked from front to back. Just the sun baking the gel coat and cracking it. So the way I took care of that is I used 60 grit sandpaper, hit the high spots. Then I put a tight coat of Bondo, which means you squeeze it on really tight. You don't want to build it up, you just want to feel the cracks. And just Bondo and sanding, and Bondo, over 3 gallons of Bondo, probably 2 3/4 gallons were sanded off. So that's how I did the body. I rolled and tipped Interlux Perfection. It's a really decent boat paint, easy to work with. Nice. And so that's how I did the body. Did all the new window seals except for the front windshield.
Okay.
And yeah, so some stuff I haven't done as good as I want to do. Some things I'll do later, but
yep,
like I said, it's always a work in progress.
Oh, it's a nice looking shell. And you've got some solar panels up on top?
Yeah, I got 245 watts, a single panel.
Okay.
And like I horse traded some dude for it, you know.
Yeah.
And tickled to death. It's 10 o'clock this morning. I was already back up on my bank is 100% full, and
nice.
And I'm happy with how everything's working so far.
Okay. And these are a fiberglass shell?
It's a fiberglass shell, 2 parts. They're bonded together in the center.
Okay. So there's a center seam. Okay.
Right. And and I went over that and did some filling. There was a piece of aluminum trim that went over the center, and I got rid of all that and ground her down and made it one piece.
Okay, well, yeah, let's move on inside, see what she looks like. Okay, so we are now in the interior of the Travco. You want to kind of let us know how this was when you acquired it? What you had to do to it to get it like this?
Okay, yeah, it was in pretty poor shape. It had the old original green shag carpet, and all the material on the seats and everything were rotten and gone. It had a lot of acorns and things like that in it from sitting over the years. It was quite filthy, but it had good bones. It was a good project to start with. All the cabinetry is still the original cabinets. They could stand to be replaced, but you know, we cleaned them up and everything. But more or less replaced because of the laminate and the plywood's gotten old, and I think the glue that they built them with is, you know, it's fragile.
Yeah.
So eventually, maybe someday, I'll redo that. But.
Okay. But as far as the layout, you know, you've got this kind of bunk set up here. Was this like this?
This was original, right?
That's part of the layout, huh?
These little booths here, I cut, I think, a foot off of them to bring them in, give a little more interior space. And they're not even bolted down all the way yet. But still playing with that. Okay. And this, you know, it's a work in progress. We did all the upholstery ourselves. We never done it before.
Okay.
And my wife, you know, she did some of it, and she did the curtains and put a padded ceiling in.
Okay.
And I did the ceiling in segments. You'll see this segment here, and every about 24 inches there's a segment. And I did that so I could pull a segment out if I have to. Let's say I want to bolt panels on the ceiling or something on the roof. I want to drill through it. I don't want to rip the whole ceiling out to get to it or anything. So theoretically, I can pull a segment out and do it. And the padding is helping with insulation. But the wonderful thing about this motorhome is, if you look inside here, the whole thing was foam insulated from the factory in 1972.
Wow.
So she's well insulated to begin with.
Yeah.
But this, you know, noise deadening, and there's a lot of experimenting with glues and stuff like that. And you'll see, you might catch on some of your shots where, well, wallpaper's peeling or this or that. Just playing around with glues, trying to find out. Actually, go on YouTube, and some dude might say, "This is great stuff." You go use it. Oh, that shit ain't worth a damn, you know. So you go try something else.
Yeah. So the basic layout here is, you know, you've got your little dinette,
right,
and then this kind of bunk couch setup, which is really kind of unique. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Using kind of like a seatbelt style strap here. So this top one must fold up.
Yep, it folds back. This little section tucks under it to kind of give it a little bit of angle when it's sitting back where it belongs.
Okay.
So
nice. And then you've got a wet bath, you say, here?
Yeah, let me see. Okay. Come on by here.
Okay.
There's a couple pieces of trim back there that aren't put up, but
okay. You take a little peek.
Like I said, she's a work in progress.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Standard kind of wet bath. The toilet is in the shower stall.
Yeah.
Nice. And then this is the original fridge?
No, this is one we actually picked up two fridges off of Craigslist and made one, and she works wonderfully, but I'm not using it now.
Okay.
Because I got the 12-volt fridge I put in, and like I said, my battery bank is up.
Okay.
She's cranking out 8.6 amps.
Nice. So you've got down here a little 12-volt fridge.
A little 12-volt fridge,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And this is the factory sink and stove?
Yes, factory sink and stove.
Right. And oven there.
All right. We did the laminate for the countertops.
Okay.
Actually went to a place to buy some countertop, and some dude overheard me. I was looking for some avocado green, and he overheard me saying what I was doing. He said, "I got what you want." He was a warehouse manager, and he had his own selection. And he said, "I'll sell you that sheet." He said, "That's gives you a 1970s era right there."
Yeah, for sure. And then it looks like the bed is in back with some storage underneath.
Yeah, well, the water tank and the hot water heater and the battery bank. The original battery bank was one battery up front in one of the compartments, and you know, I've divided the house and the vehicle bank are totally separate from each other.
Okay.
And there's 3 Brute 31s back here. That probably won't be my final battery bank once I decide what I want to go with. Okay. But I've got an isolator that when I crank the engine up, it's an electric continuous duty solenoid, so it will charge up my bank. And I've also got a manual switch. I don't trust things, so if that solenoid were to stick, and I could be sitting here all night thinking I'm isolated, but I'm not, and I'm killing my engine bank. So I got a manual switch also.
Nice. Now, I like the amount of windows too. You got windows in back, and then the rear window here. to get plenty of light in, and just a real kind of streamlined, simple layout in these. It's just very, nice open hallway.
Yeah, there's really no real reason to change what Travco did there.
Yep, yep. And for those of you that have never heard of Travco RVs, I went and Googled Travco and checked out the Wikipedia site. Very interesting to read the history and how they came about. He was inducted into the RV Motorhome Hall of Fame, the guy that designed these.
And he coined the word motorhome.
He kind of invented the word motorhome. So, yeah, this is
Mr. Frank.
One of the original motorhomes. Very cool. Anything else you want to tell us about?
Now that my webpage, there's a bunch of videos on the job. Even my drive shafts I built myself, I've been mechanicking for many years. I've had several businesses. I've done everything from... I'm aimless in what I do. I never wanted to do one job all the time, so I diversified throughout my life. So I'm trying to build videos and like the drive shafts. You don't want to build your own drive shafts, man. Well, I know how you build them on a lathe, and so I've trued them up with a dial indicator and everything, and watch a video, and it's smooth as silk. Tickled to death with her.
Nice.
And don't forget, goaimless.com is the best place to find my videos.
Yep, very good website, very easy to navigate, and you've got history with boats too, and you've got some boat stuff on there.
Oh yeah, I'm a sailor. I'm actually a licensed captain. I do deliveries, and I like to offshore sail, take adventures. Yep, and I'll be doing more, and I've got some boats I've got coming up. I got a boat I'm going to restore, just a small sailboat, and then my wife wants me to fix up an old antique Dodge truck for her, and then I got farm ranch projects I got going. It's aimless. I'm aimless, diversified, aimless. Same thing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And you're not in this full time. You've got a home base, a ranch.
Yeah, we got a ranch, and we built the house ourselves. And eventually there will be a still video on that because we took a lot of pictures throughout the build.
Nice.
But it's built in the earth. It's foam insulated. It's uses passive solar and all them little things, radiant floor heat and all that. So
Yeah, you're doing a lot of really interesting things, Kevin, and I hope that the viewers go over to your website and check it out. I know it was very interesting to me, and I'm going to continue to watch a lot of your videos. And it's been a pleasure to meet you. I really hope that we can stay in touch. That's the best thing about these events out here. You meet new people and finding kindred spirits and that. So
there you go.
I hope we run into each other again, Kevin.
Oh, very good. Nice meeting you. Right. I've been watching your videos, and it's tickled to death to meet you.
All right, thanks, Kevin.
All righty.